Chapter 14. The Weight of Want. The morning after their bodies burned together, the world should have felt calmer, but it didn't. Not for Decima. Not with Daniel's gaze on her like that. They hadn't spoken much since the night before. There hadn't been time. A new rebel message had arrived by hawk at first light, and half the camp was already preparing to move toward the outskirts of Lunganeder. There were decisions to be made, routes to confirm, wards to reinforce. But Daniel couldn't stop looking at her, not once. Every time she turned, he was there, watching her like she might vanish if he blinked. And every time their eyes met, the ache flared back up inside her. She wanted him. Still, worse, her thighs still ached from the night before, and her skin hadn't cooled since. But it wasn't just physical anymore, it was deeper. Like something had locked into place inside her and couldn't be unhooked. Sarenfe knew it too. She'd said nothing, but the way her wings curled protectively near Decima while she slept. The way her gold eyes flicked to Daniel when he came too close. It wasn't jealousy. It was warning. Because once you're soulbound, once you give yourself over like that, there's no pretending you can ever walk away. The sound of the camp, boots, whispers, rebel work, faded as Decima slipped away after the morning plans, needing air, needing space. She barely made it past the first row of trees before she heard him behind her. Daniel didn't speak. He didn't need to. The second she stopped, he was already there, hands on her hips, body heat pressing against her back. "I've been trying to leave you alone," he muttered, lips brushing her ear. She closed her eyes. "And failing," she said. His arms wrapped around her waist, mouth finding her neck. "You smell like me," he whispered. Still, even after all night. She turned in his arms, looking up at him. One look, that's all it took. He slammed her against the tree with a growl, one hand tangled in her hair, the other already sliding beneath her shirt. "You're in my head," he said, voice wrecked. "In my blood." She gasped as his mouth claimed hers, wild, rough, endless. Their teeth clashed. Her hands were already yanking at his belt. "This is madness," she whispered. He shoved her leggings down. "Then burn with me." He lifted her with one arm, the other guiding himself between her legs. She was already soaked, already waiting. Daniel slammed into her with a growl, burying himself in one deep, desperate thrust. Decima cried out, her back pressed hard to the rough bark, arms tight around his shoulders. He didn't give her time to breathe. His hips snapped against hers, fast and brutal. "You feel like fucking magic," he hissed against her throat. Her fingers clawed into his back. "Don't stop. Don't even think about stopping." His grip on her thighs tightened, holding her in place as he drove into her again and again. Each thrust sent fire spiraling through her core. The soul bond between them flared. Runes lit under her skin, and his eyes glowed faintly gold. She was too full, too close, too far gone to care. "I'm going to come inside you," he growled. "Fill you up until there's no room for anything but me." Decima's head fell back against the tree. Lips parted in a silent scream as pleasure coiled tight and snapped through her. "Do it," she gasped. "I want all of you." He groaned, deep and broken, and then everything hit at once. His release, the soul bond surge, the way her name left his mouth like it hurt to say it. Magic bloomed around them. Heat, sparks, the scent of pine and sweat and sex. Her legs trembled as he held her there, forehead pressed to hers, both of them shaking. They stayed like that, locked together against the tree, skin warm and sticky, hearts racing in the same wild rhythm. Daniel didn't move. He just held her, forehead pressed to hers, breath catching on every exhale, like he wasn't sure how to come back from what they'd just done. Decima blinked slowly, still catching up with her body. Her legs ached. Her magic tingled. Her chest felt cracked wide open, a part of her still afraid, even as another part begged for more. "I don't know what this is," she whispered. His hand slid up her sides, gentler now. "It's you, it's me. It's what we are." She studied him. Sweat-slick hair, bruised mouth, glowing marks still fading on his chest. "This isn't normal." "No," he agreed. "It's soulbound, and I don't want it to stop." She exhaled, brushing her nose against his. "What happens if we keep doing this?" His mouth curved. "You'll never leave my bed again." Her laugh was soft but real, and tired. "We can't keep disappearing like this." He pressed a kiss to her lips, slow, reverent, Then come back with me. We'll sleep in a real bed tonight, one with sheets I can ruin. Her body answered before her voice did. Yes. They dressed in silence, the world around them cool and damp. Her mind still buzzing with the afterglow and everything unspoken. Daniel brushed a stray leaf from her hair and grinned. Where do you go, Decima? When you disappear like that? She hesitated. Then, because the night felt honest, she told the truth. When I was a kid, my dad used to take me all over Wales, Sully Island, Barry, Penarth, all the little places. He'd bring these old Roman coins, sometimes ones from Jacob's Market in Cardiff, and we'd hide them in jars or little tins. He said it was for luck, or just to make someone's day when they found one, even years later. He got stuck on Sully Island for 6 hours once. Tide came in. He had to wait it out. Still says it was worth it. Daniel listened, eyebrows raised. You're serious? Yeah, I reckon half of South Wales has one of my dad's coins buried under a tree or in some mossy wall. He didn't want to keep things for himself. He wanted to leave bits of happiness behind for strangers. He smiled, reaching for her hand. That's honestly amazing. Most people just post their happy moments on Instagram. Your dad left treasure. Decima laughed, shaking her head. He always said it'd be our secret. Sometimes I think about going to find one, just to feel close to him, but I never do. It's better not knowing. There was a pause. Daniel squeezed her fingers. I wish I could have met him. My granddad was a bit like that. Used to leave notes in library books, just to mess with people. The best kind of chaos. Decima smiled, the ache in her chest softer now. Maybe we're both looking for something we lost. He kissed her again, this time slow and certain. Maybe we just found it. Somewhere behind them, a phone buzzed. Daniel's, even if there was never any signal this deep in the woods. He rolled his eyes and silenced it, the spell of the moment unbroken. They walked back to camp, hand in hand, the world spinning on with or without them, and coins still hidden in the moss for some future stranger to find.